Welcome into the newest episode of Pat's Latest. I'm your host, Mike Gambardella, and the Patriots could be inching closer to a new number one wide receiver. Head coach Mike Vrabel has some high praise for the Patriots QB1, and could the Pats be finally locking in on a draft target? Before we get started, make sure you go down and subscribe for our channel. Get into our comments and let us know what you think of the Patriots offseason thus far. Give us a like if you like what you hear, and make sure to go back and check out our older episodes after this one. We start with Stefon Diggs. The Patriots did have a long meeting with Stefon Diggs and had him in for a workout, making sure that the all pro wide receiver is progressing well in his return from injury, that ACL that he injured with the Houston Texans last season. Diggs has gone on to post to social media. He's been showing himself to be of fit accord at this time and ready to compete. Now, whether he's ready for week one is still up for debate, but should be able to make an impact this season and fairly early on. Whether he starts on the pup list or if injured list is to be seen, and he could end up missing those first 4 weeks. But again, a high profile player ready to make an impact and has not had any other visits quite yet. So the Patriots and the mercurial wide receiver still progressing towards a deal, but it is not imminent at this time. The Patriots and Diggs left Foxborough without having an agreement, and they will continue to talk. Now, again, it's good to see that the Patriots are in on it. We don't know if they liked what they saw from that meeting. Again, the social media post from Diggs would show that he's ready to make an impact, and the Patriots should be willing to spend to make this happen. Whether it's a 1 year, $16 million deal or a multi-year pact remains to be seen. But again, I think this is something that the Patriots need to firmly look at, get Drake Maye that number one option, and have someone that's ready to make an impact and be able to really bring along some of these younger wide receivers as well. Again, if you can add Diggs and potentially add a wide receiver in the draft, it sets Drake Maye up for better success. Again, that left tackle spot becomes the crux of everything that you're doing. But I think this could be a move in spite of the questions around Diggs and his time in Minnesota and Buffalo. All reports coming out that last year in Houston, he was a stand-up teammate. And, he did put up those numbers before getting injured. So, again, this could be a signing that, again, getting into Mike Vrabel's culture fit, saying, hey, the buck stops here. We want you to come in. We want you to work hard. This is not a team that was in the playoffs last year, but is a team that is on the rise, and letting Diggs be able to go and show out. Again, this is not the Randy Moss type signing, 15 years ago, but it is in the sense of there are questions around the character, but the production on the field has been there. The injury adds another layer, but at this time, I think this is a move that the Patriots need to make. Additionally, on other moves that other teams could be making, it was reported that the New York Giants could be firmly in on Shedeur Sanders. The Giants did end up signing Jameis Winston 2 days ago, which, while giving the Giants a potential starting quarterback at the jump, it does allow them to draft a quarterback and develop him over time. And again, pairing someone like Jameis Winston with Shedeur Sanders could be a good setup. Now, Daniel Jeremiah, one of the most respected NFL mock drafters out there, had Shedeur Sanders at number 3 in his latest mock. Why? Daniel Jeremiah reported that the Giants had a presence in every single Colorado game this year. They were following Shedeur Sanders around. There's a reason for that. There's a long-term plan put in place by Joe Schoen. There was a reason that they let Saquon Barkley go. I think the Giants are still firmly in on Shedeur Sanders. That means if Cam Ward goes in the top 2 picks as well, Travis Hunter is falling to number 4. And if Travis Hunter does not fall to number 4, that means Abdul Carter, the defensive end from Penn State, is falling as well. This is the pie in the sky scenario for the Patriots. Getting one of those two players to come to New England at the number 4 spot in the draft would be absolutely perfect. And again, two quarterbacks need to go in the top 3, one of those players going as well, and one of them sliding down to the Patriots. Again, I think Travis Hunter would be an absolute stud in this scheme, offense and defense, allowing him to play both sides of the ball, something Mike Vrabel has done in his career, catching touchdowns and picking off passes as well, or Abdul Carter adding a new wrinkle to that defense and an absolute weapon as an edge rusher as well. So, good news for the Patriots that this is lining up that way. Again, a lot to play out over the next month here before the draft at the end of April, but some good news coming in from the Giants camp that could affect what the Patriots do in the NFL draft. Additionally, some good news here as well, as Mike Vrabel is making comparisons for his quarterback, and anytime that he is placing him with the likes of Tom Brady, that is absolutely a good thing. Now, this isn't maybe quite what you're thinking in the performance base, because as we look at it, they are two very different type quarterbacks. Drake Maye, while having success as a pocket quarterback, has the ability to move around, stretch plays with his legs, and do it a little bit differently. What Mike Vrabel was referencing is what Drake Maye is doing off the field. Drake Maye has been a presence at a lot of the Celtics, Bruins games as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see him at a few Red Sox games coming up after opening day here. But Mike Vrabel saw this and said that this is very much what Tom Brady used to do as well. Maye sees it as an opportunity to go to these games and bring others outside of his normal group. It's not just the quarterbacks, it's not just the wide receivers, it's everyone that is on the roster, and try and develop relationships with everyone. Vrabel cited his own time with the most decorated quarterback in NFL history as proof of this, being quoted as saying, "It's something I felt like Tom Brady did. And I don't want to be like this as, oh, be Tom Brady," Vrabel said. "I was just saying players that have been around were like, hey, let's go to this game. Let's go to the Celtics, go to the Red Sox. You can use those avenues. He has led in his own way. But again, the better you know somebody, the better you can hold him accountable." Mike Vrabel is taking stock of what his young quarterback is doing already. Drake Maye is doing all of the right things. He will be set up to have a huge year 2. The one remaining question is who is at that left tackle spot. Again, I think with the players currently on the roster between Layden Robinson, Cole Strange, and even C.D. Sal, you can have a competition for that guard spot. You can even draft one as well. That can be a second, third, or fourth round pick. But that left tackle needs to be addressed. Whether it's Tyron Smith, Jedrick Wills, or a trade, or someone else, they need an additional body to compete, because putting out Valerian Lowe week 1 is not a recipe for success. And having an open competition that Caden Wallace can be involved in, or trying to get him to that spot, I think would be unfair to Drake Maye at this time. Again, setting him up for success remains key. And finally, we look at a shocking revelation for one of the hardest hitters of the Patriots in previous seasons, Ja'Whaun Bentley, the heart and soul of that linebacking core for the past few years, and a captain, missing most of last year with that torn pectoral injury in week 2, has been working his way back. Now, we said once Mike Vrabel was hired, there's a different scheme that he likes. He likes these quicker, moving lateral linebackers, guys who can just fly all over the place. Ja'Whaun Bentley is a thumper. And Ja'Whaun Bentley is a smart thumper. He knows what is going on outside of that linebacker room right now and what Mike Vrabel's addition means. It's been reported that Ja'Whaun Bentley, who was listed at 250 pounds by the team last season, is already down to 230 pounds. That is a shocking loss of 20 pounds for a guy that is known as an absolute beast in the middle. This slimmed down version of Bentley could end up being something very good for the Patriots. And in addition, with Robert Spillane in the middle, guys like Howard Landry now on the edge, the linebacker position could potentially become more of a strength for the Patriots. And this defense, again, is looking like the defense of old, getting back to that one of 2 years ago. Those Bill Belichick type defenses, and don't be surprised to see a lot of similarities because that's what Mike Vrabel knows, that's what he did, and that's what he would like to instill here for the Patriots as well. We'll continue to bring you the latest news throughout the week here, especially as we ramp up towards the NFL draft. Make sure you subscribe for our channel and get down and let us know who your top choices are for the Patriots in the NFL draft, and we'll continue to bring you everything as it comes across. Fight on, Foxborough.